Hey Jordan, it seems like
Hey,
y'all
how's
have
it going?
had good. How are you?
Good,
Uh,
good.
seems like y'all have had a little trouble with sort of starting slow in games. What do y'all need to do to get off to better starts?
What I think we need to do is come out with more confidence. I feel like we're starting the game slow because we feel like we're a team where we can just turn it on in the second half. So I feel like we just need to come out with more confidence and we need to start way faster than we're doing.
Next question comes from Kelly Quinlan from Rivals.
How's it
Hey,
going, Kelly?
Jordan. What's up, man? How did it feel to
Yeah.
be back, knock the rust off, that kind of thing? I imagine that had to be tough, missing some games for the first time really in your career.
Oh yeah, it's been rough. It's been rough over the past, missing a few games. But I mean, now that I'm back with my boys, we just trying to get back to who we were when we first started this whole season. So, we back in the flesh.
Next question comes from Rod McKenzie from 247 Sports.
Hey,
How's it
Jordan.
going,
Good
Rob?
morning.
Good morning.
Hey, when you were on the on the sidelines, sitting out, what did you notice from the offense? And were there any things that you took away that you wanted to bring back with you when you got on the field again?
I definitely, just with us not having a bigger bat like as me. So I just wanted to bring back my inside game, my blocking. But they haven't done bad with the blocking, and that's not someone was someone say something. Oh, but yeah, just bring back the inside game, and that's about it. Someone said it's good or something. That's all.
Somebody didn't have the mute on, so it happens in our Zoom world. So another
Oh yeah.
question from Bailey Johnson.
How's it
With
going,
Notre
baby?
Dame this week, obviously they're I think undefeated right now. What are sort of the challenges of playing them, and have you seen any matchups that y'all can exploit?
They have a strong defense. They have some good blitz schemes. They have good. They're sound all over defense. So we just got to come in with what we know and what we've seen on film and play the game that I know we can play. So that's that's all.
Another question from Kelly Quinlan.
You haven't had a chance to play much with Jameer in the backfield together. I know that was something y'all wanted to do this season. Is it kind of exciting to see what he's done in space and to maybe see how that can open things up for you if you two guys are on the field together?
Oh yeah, definitely in the future we definitely got to get that going where we're both on the field. But with me being gone, we really couldn't really do those kind of things. But now that I'm back, we might get into it a little bit.
Question from Paul Newberry from the Associated Press.
How's it going, Paul?
Hey Jordan, how you doing, man?
I'm pretty good.
Quickly, I know you don't. Nobody you like to look back. You just stay focused on what's ahead. But is there a part of you guys? The last time you played a top five team, obviously it didn't go very well. Is there a part of you guys that want to kind of show that wasn't the real Georgia Tech and turn in a better performance against another top five opponent?
Oh yeah, for sure. We even though that happened to us, hey, it's football. It happens. So we just come back every day and practice, and we go full speed, and we don't worry about what's behind us, like you said. So it's just football, man.
Another question from Rod McKenzie from 247 Sports.
All right.
Hey, Jordan. How has Jeff in particular and the whole offense responded this week from last week's game?
He's responding like a senior, or so. I mean, he's a freshman, but he's responding like he's been here for 4 years, 5 years. But yeah, Jeff's really mature. Just by him coming in and me seeing him, he took it the right way. He did all he could do to earn the spot that he has right now. And as that boy Jeff, he goated.
Time for a couple more for JP. We'll start with one from Kelly Quinlan.
Is there something particular you guys feel like you can do to be more consistent on offense early in games? It seems like you guys get going as it goes on, but to maybe start a little faster. I know it was a problem last year too for you guys, just to maybe get some momentum early in games.
Yeah, what we can start to be more consistent is, first of all, we got to start fast. That's where we need to improve. So basically, what we need to improve is coming out the gate, throwing the ball, catching the ball. Everybody's catching the ball, running the ball. It's not all gonna be 100% just moving it down the field, but we at least need to come out the gate, moving the ball, and just being us.
Hey, hey, Trey, good morning. Hey,
Good morning.
talking about those uniforms, how excited are you to to wear the same uniform that your dad wore?
I'm extremely excited. I want to go out there and bring that feeling back for Tech fans that have been following us since my dad's been playing. I want to go out there and make my dad proud and my family proud, and just like we do every game, I want to go out there and just go for the win, to play hard, be aggressive, make some plays, and just enjoy my time out there with my friends.
Next question comes from Bailey Johnson from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution.
Hey Trey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. It seems like y'all have had a little trouble starting slow in games of late. What do y'all need to do to start better and start faster?
Just to start faster, we just gotta eliminate the explosives early in the game. Eliminate the mishaps early in the game, and that just goes for everybody. Everybody has to come out the gate ready to play, honed in on our keys, and just ready to just continue going forward and working hard throughout the game, and really just gotta hone in on our details.
Next question comes from Kelly Quinlan from Rivals.
In terms of you're a leader on the team and one of the older players and that kind of thing, kind of how do you rally the guys? Because you have quite a mix of really young players playing key roles and then a lot of veteran guys too. Kind of how do you get everyone focused so they relax and play their game defensively?
Preparation throughout the week. Preparation throughout the week has to be elite, just like you want to play on Saturday. The game is never won on Saturday. It's always won Monday through Friday. In our case, Sunday through Friday, off on Monday. So just the preparation throughout the week. You just got to stress just how much practice and watching film and knowing when it comes in the game. And then, because when it happens in the game, there's very rare for you to know the play that's coming, to practice it all week, and for it to come, it's very low percentage chance, but you have to take advantage of those opportunities. And that's one thing that I think we have to improve on, taking advantage of those opportunities during the game and just being together as one, swarming the ball and playing like Georgia Tech football knows how to play.
Time for a couple or a few more for Trey. We'll start with another question from Bailey Johnson.
Obviously, Notre Dame's pretty good, going to be a big challenge. What do you see as the biggest challenges of stopping or going up against them?
Obviously, they have a great run offense. They always have a bunch of linemen that get drafted. They obviously have a great coach, have a good quarterback, have a good receiver. I mean, they're an entire unit. And in that entirety, you have to play sound, have to play solid. We can't really hurt ourselves. It's more so always about what we need to do to help ourselves out. We need to take the ball away. We need to limit explosives, and we need to play together as one. And at the end of the day, we'll be good whatever our outcome is on game day if we do those three things, I think.
Another question from Rod McKenzie from 247 Sports.
Hey, Trey, excuse me, how successful do you think you guys have been in, lining up correctly, communicating before the play, that type of thing?
I think we've struggled a little bit as the games have gone, and as you've seen, which is a constant process that we work on every single day, and to get that gel, to get the communication across the board. There's been a lot of motion teams that we played, a lot of moving parts, and we struggled a bit with that just because outside of a handful of teams in the ACC, not many have done that, but the teams that we play now that we typically don't play have done those type of things in motion and moving around and gave us a little bit of problem. But like I said, it's always just about practice, and those are the things that we have to focus in on and hone in on and just be able to go out there and play, not try to think so much on game day with the motions and moves, and just be able to trust our preparation throughout the week and just go out there and let it all out.
You face another big challenge this week, naturally, with Notre Dame. That goes without saying, but how has the preparation been this week, specifically on the offensive line?
Well, we're preparing just like we do any other week. We look as we're trying to get ourselves better. It doesn't matter who we're playing. We're trying to do our job, get better at our job, and really just try to make sure we have the best game plan. I think the coach is doing a really good job to make sure that we're in the right places. We've got the right scheme to go up against Notre Dame. And we've got a lot of guys really focused, watching film, doing their job. And really just trying to improve our game. And that's what I've been trying to do all week. I've been trying to improve my game, improve my knowledge of the game, watching as much film as possible, and just trying to understand their defense, understand how they play, and understand how we can match that and how we can improve to play that.
Next question comes from Kelly Quinlan from Rivals.
Hey, Ryan, it seems like you're starting to play better each game. Is that a function of you're getting comfortable with the offense and playing, in games versus practicing that kind of thing and knocking that rust off? Is that maybe why your play is continuing to get better each week?
Well, I've been trying to improve every week, and I think Coach Key has done a really good job in helping me improve. I've just been trying to improve my knowledge of the game, my technique, and just being able to play with the other guys. I think we have a great cohesion on the offensive line. We really know each other very well and know what each other's thinking, how we're thinking, and so I think that's helpful. We've got a lot of good guys on the offensive line that know their job. I got a lot of older guys that help that out, and I think we've done a really good job at just improving week to week, and that's what I've been trying to do. I've been trying to improve week to week, day by day, and I don't try to focus on the next week. I try to focus on the next day, the next play, and just trying to figure out how I can improve my game in every aspect of it, whether that's mentally, physically. I'm just trying to get better.
Next question comes from Paul Newberry from the Associated Press.
Hey, Ryan, how you doing?
Doing good. How about you, Paul?
Good, man. I just want to say, are you guys sort of motivated by that performance in the Clemson game as you prepare to take on another top 5 opponent?
Well, absolutely. There's always things that you can learn, and that's, there's always things that can motivate you one way or the other. We've got to work on this week, though, and we've got to focus on this week. You got to move on, and you got to learn from the past, but focus on the future. Really, you got to focus on the present and prepare for the future. Because if you hang in the past or you try to get too far in the future, you're going to trip over the present. And so that's what we're trying to do right now. Is we're trying to get better day by day. And I preach that, and I know it probably sounds a little cliche at this point, but that's really what the offensive line is trying to do. And I think that's what Coach Key is trying to preach to us as well. Is you've got to focus on this week. You can learn from last week, but last week's over. You can't control last week. You can't control next week. All you can control is this week. And so that's what we've been trying to do. That's what I've been trying to do. And yeah, you can take motivation from wherever you want it. My motivation is that I want to be the best offensive lineman that I can, the best offensive line in the country, and I want to do our job, do my job at the best of my ability.
Next question for Ryan comes from Kelly Quinlan.
Ryan, kind of what do you guys do to help Jeff and maybe start faster? And I know you guys have played really well offensively in the second half of games, but just to kind of push the accelerator a little bit faster to start out.
Well, I think we've done a really good job of meeting together, working together, making sure we're all on the same page. We've got a lot of freshmen, right? But I think they've come along a very far way. I mean, whether that be Jeff, that be Jordan, you've got a lot of people that are young in this offense. But I think they've done a very good job at not only learning the physical aspect of the game, but learning the mental aspect. I mean, you sit in the film room with Jeff or you sit in the film room with Jordan and you're amazed. If you walked into the film room, you wouldn't know they were freshmen. Yeah, they make some mistakes, but so do the seniors, and that's part of the game. It's a learning experience. You don't know what you don't know. But I think the seniors have been doing a good job of carrying them along. We've been trying to coach them and to teach them, and really just try to work together to make sure everybody's on the same page and learn as much as possible. I mean, football is a dynamic game. It's always changing. It's always progressing, and so there's always something to learn. Whether that be a freshman or a senior, there's always something you can learn about the game. And so I think that's something that, we made mistakes. We made mistakes last week. We made mistakes the week before, and we got to clean those up. And that's something that's there. But there's a lot of positive things that you can look at that and say, well, you know what, that's something we can clean up, but look at all the good things here. And so I think there's a lot of good things in our offense that we've got going for us that we just got to fix a few things here and there, and we will. Like I said, we got some young guys that are coming along, but they're coming along fast, which is very positive and very a good thing to look at.
Next question comes from Ken Segura from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution.
Hey, Ryan, if I could follow up on Kelly's question, I was wondering, are there things like that you tell those freshmen about, how to start better, how to, whether it's focus or energy or those things are that they can apply more in the first quarter or first half?
Absolutely, and it's different from case to case, it's different from person to person. Really, we got to stop making mistakes, and that's not just freshmen. And that's the game of football. The game of football is mental, right? A lot of people think it's just button heads. You go out there, and it is. There is a physical aspect to that, and I'm an offensive lineman, so I got to admit that. That's part of the fun part about football is you get to line up in front of somebody, and sometimes you get to say, hey, I'm going to move you from point A to point B against your will, and that's one of the most fun things you can do in the world. But a lot of the game is mental, and whether that be learning the plays, which is part of that mental, but it's also a mentality, right? You got to go out there and think, you know what, I'm not going to get tired. I'm going to move this guy. And like I said, that's part of the physicality part of it. But it's also when you get down or you get punched in the mouth, you got to keep going, right? And so it's really mental is a three aspect thing. It's the knowledge of the game, it's the emotion of the game, and it's the mentality of the game, right? So you can't let any of those affect you. And so that's one of the things that the freshmen have to learn, but that's one of the things that everybody has to learn in the game of football. That's not just here, that's not just anywhere, but that's anywhere, right? So that's kind of what we've been trying to preach, and I think a lot of guys have really improved. And like I said, the seniors got things to learn too. I'm always improving on my game. I'm always trying to learn more things, and that's one of the great things about here, right? You've got Coach Key, Coach P, Coach Collins that know so much about this game. You've got a lot of people that are sitting up in that film room that you can watch film with and learn about the game. I mean, the amount of national championships Coach Key's won, the amount of championships that you've seen on this team that people have won is a very valuable asset that as a player that you got to take advantage of, and that's what I've been trying to do. You can learn a lot of things, when you look at the field. And you're lining up, it's amazing when you sit and watch that film. You can kind of see it on the field, and it starts to really grow on you, kind of the knowledge of the game. It's really something that I've been trying to work on, something that I've seen myself progress in since the spring and since the wintertime.